How's it going, guys? Michael here for another video on World of Warcraft. So today we've got the Neltharion's Lair, so we're obviously continuing the dungeon series, and it's the last level 98 WoW dungeon, WoW Legion dungeon. And so from then on it's just gonna go uphill, and I'm actually happy about that because I was sick of doing these low-level dungeons and getting crappy loot. But something I wanted to tell you before we jump into this guide is that I'm not going to be doing the whole walkthrough starting from now on. Firstly because, people get the idea. You walk through a bunch of regular monsters before you get into your boss. And most of the time, especially at these high levels, you understand that it's good to take routes, and they're pretty obvious where you can avoid the most amount of monsters to save the most amount of time. So that's pretty self-evident, and I'm just gonna cut down these videos so I save your time, I save my time, and we all get what we came for, which is the actual boss fights, because that's what people want to see. You don't want to see me fucking killing a little bitch-ass scorpion that just sprays acid out of his ass. That's not what people want to see. So let's get on to the first boss, and I'll see you guys there. So the very first boss of this dungeon is Rockmora, and I swear Blizzard could have been maybe a bit more creative with this name, but it fits, and no one really gives a shit as long as they get their loot. So there are just a couple of things that he does. So the first thing he will do is shatter. So you'll see a bar filling up. I wonder if it's if you can interrupt it. At least I couldn't with my paladin. I forgot what spell that name is, whatever. But yeah, I couldn't interrupt it, so maybe other classes can, but you'll see it fill up, and then it was just that lightning strike you saw. Nothing to worry about, it doesn't hit much, and then right after after a few auto attacks, he does this attack called Razor Shard. So in order to avoid that, you want to stay as close as you can towards him, so I'm looking out for those people who attack from long distance, ranged attacks. You want to get close to him, or you will get hit by them. And I think he launches them in a circle. So those are the only two things you gotta look out for. Apart from that, he's a friendly boss. Nothing too much to worry about. He just repeats that cycle on, and then, obviously, as always, every single Legion boss has to spit out some green whatever, acid, whatever, so that's it for Rockmora, and let's go on for the next guy. Now the next monster I'm going to talk about is not really a boss. Well, it's not a boss at all. It's just for a world quest. So if you're level 110, obviously you get access to these world quests, and it's a giant turtle. So I'm just gonna call it fucking turtle, because that's the only big ass turtle you see. Obviously he's also covered in rocks, but there's nothing that interesting he does, except for the fact that he does blow a lot of electricity spells at you, but nah, there's nothing to worry about him. It's just that he's for that world quest, and to find him you have to go under the river you come out from once you go on the barrels. So you might think, if it's the first time you watch this video and you've never done this dungeon, you might think I'm crazy, but trust me, you go through a lake with some barrels, you fall down a waterfall, and he's right below that waterfall, so you just gotta keep swimming. So yeah, that's for that guy. Right after the sub-boss, if ever you do it, you've got Ullarog Crag Shaper. So he is a bitch-ass of a boss, and yeah, I'm not even kidding. What he'll do is summon some bellowing idols, so you'll see them, they pop up from the floor. At first you think, nah, it's cool, they're just there for decoration, nothing's gonna happen. But what happens is that they provoke rock slides, and those deal a fuck ton of damage that's if you stay under them forever. So then what he does is, after a while, he'll cast Stance of the Mountain, and he'll go underground, and you'll have to destroy a lot of the bellowing idols until he pops back up. So as you guys can see, yeah, those rock slides did were pretty bitchy. They whatever. I mean, they just it's just like that. You can't really do much about it. But I mean, the boss in himself, while he could have been annoying, wasn't really that difficult. Once he got out, he just repeated the same thing. Oh, and also for those people who attack from long distances, he'll sometimes cast a spell where you'll see a massive massive hands coming at you and trying to just squish you into a sandwich. So make sure you avoid that. You've got time. I mean, it takes a while before like you see the spell, and then it takes a few seconds before the hands come together to smash you. So yeah, that's it for Ulrog Crag Shaper. Nothing much to worry about except for those rock slides and the idols. And yeah, let's go and move on to the next guy. Next boss you got is Naraxis, and to be honest, I think he really looks like that Serpentrix guy from the Eye of Rajara. I guess Blizzard ran out of ideas there, but it's cool. It's a blue little serpent instead of being a green serpent, so I'll forgive them. Anyways, what he does is obviously what everyone else does, just spits acid out of his mouth, you know. I mean, it's not acid, it's fel magic or whatever it's called, but I like calling it acid because people get the idea much faster. What you gonna do when you tell a kid, oh, he spits fel magic, he won't know what the fuck you're talking about. But what he does is that he spits that acid out, you see where it's gonna land, and it follows, I think, sort of a pattern, but you see it just changes the areas where it affects the ground. They change every single time, so just make sure you keep on moving, and you do want to avoid it because it does deal a lot of damage. I mean, and since you can see it and it's not that hard to avoid, why wouldn't you just not avoid it? So that's it for that guy. Once he's dead, you just go down his pee hole. No, I'm kidding. You just go down a big ass tunnel and you get your loot from a bag of bones. So that's interesting. I didn't think you could find gold from bones. But let's move on to the final boss. So the next and final boss you got is Dargurul. So, while he seems like a friendly little guy that you can kick up the butt and just, you know, falls down there, he is a pissed motherfucker. So first thing he does will basically summon a molten charskin. So he does that. It's basically a giant golem. It looks like, actually, if you play RuneScape, you probably know that it looks like that obsidian golem that you can summon. But whatever, it's a golem, and just get rid of it. It's not that hard. I mean, might as well. He'll summon several of them during the fight, depending on how fast you kill him, obviously. And what he does is he's just got that fucking spiky stone fetish. I mean, every single time, all he does is just creates a bunch of fucking spikes, and then he goes freaking Super Saiyan. And shit! Look at that! Holy fuck! He just like creates a volcano eruption from fucking banging his hammer on the floor. But I mean, I survived that. It says hide, but I was like right in there. I mean, come on, Blizzard. I was right there. It didn't kill me. It didn't even get me to half HP. So he's really not that hard of a boss to deal with. Even there, like, I just got hit by spikes. So I mean, if you got a lot of HP, if you level 110 doing this dungeon, obviously it's much different. It's a much different story than if you're a level 98, because you'll have much less HP as level 98. So understand why it is difficult, but you shouldn't have any difficulties doing this dungeon, especially since you know exactly what spell he's gonna cast. You know where it's gonna land. You know what to do. It's easy. And so yeah, as you can see there, I also got my world quest around 1,000 gold. That was pretty fun. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. As usual, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to check out my content. I do post a lot of good different content, so definitely check that out. And don't forget to leave a like, yeah, just a simple like if you enjoyed this video. Well, with that said, I'll see you guys later for the next video, so that should be on the, I forgot which dungeon, but you guys should stay tuned because you'll see if you do. Anyways, see ya.